Answers of an Alien from Andromeda, Video 163, May, 2020. Mythy message. My friends, as most of you are already realizing, this year of yours called 2020 will be a milestone in the turnaround of power that millennia dominated your societies. The possibility of a new positioning of the planet in relation to CG may be close. Be aware that this will be an important phase in your social structure, which will never be the same as it was a few months ago. Questions. Mythy, could you tell us what is really going on among the dominant forces on the planet that will totally affect society as a whole? The people in general are confused and know almost nothing that is happening. Look, the time is close for the planet to free itself from the old globalist controllers of your societies. The current U.S. president seems to have reached, together with Russia directly and with China indirectly, an agreement, and they decided to confront the globalists together to take them out of power and publicly judge them all. This pandemic was created to be able to link the reaction of the globalists, but the remedy turned against them and favored the dissident forces to seize the gold ballast necessary to make possible the new control of the world economy. They managed to seize large amounts of gold in Europe, literally emptying the underground deposits of your biggest religious sect. At the end of last month we followed 650 flights from Rome to New York. And so they can support a new currency that will deal the final blow to the globalists. The total decadence of globalist control is imminent, and this could have great consequences for societies in one way or another. Keep an eye out, as most people will not understand anything and will classify these measures as a coup and not as liberation. China will indirectly take advantage of the situation and use its financial resources in this operation to acquire all the possible structure in countries that will have their economies totally broken. This is a summary of the current situation, and I decided to tell you about it because nothing else can stop the process that has already started. We will be watching the events unfold and the CG observers will be watching. Mythy. Are the global numbers regarding this pandemic totally being made up to fool us, or was there any biological agent in question acted on any population? Now that the global economy is almost paralyzed, what will be their next move in making a one-world government? False alien attacks? Coincidentally, a few days ago I got some interesting information. CG scientists at Antarctica base, out of curiosity, isolated the microorganism called by U.S. coronavirus, and determined that it is not actually a virus but a lifeless structure generated by bioengineering to cause blood clotting, and that it can be activated remotely by encodings inserted in transmissions of your 5G communication network mainly. As I said before, this 5G communication technology, if used only for what was initially announced, as a wide coverage communication system, everything would be normal. But the system is being used for remote activation of this and other devices of the same type developed for other functions, which were spread on a large scale in your atmosphere, in drinking water, and mainly injected directly in the form of vaccines. CG is analyzing the coded activation context that consists of several configuration steps, one of which artificially reconfigures the system of receiving signals by particles in random and unpredictable sequences. If it isn't possible to interrupt the interaction of the system with the particles and the process is considered an attempt at mass extinction, your entire 5G system including satellite networks involved may be completely deactivated by probes without prior notice. I believe that your elites will not have time to forge an alien attack, the way things are going against them. Mythy, will the beings responsible for the massive underground world, domes, cities, tunnels, on Earth, be exiting the planet? It seems that if they remain, the people of Earth could not rise to level 1. Can you tell us recent events of these endeavors? Since last month, large reptilian service ships have left for the Martian colony. See, the gold and other riches that your elite previously brought there cannot be brought back, and that for them was a shot in the foot. The reptilian service ships are inspected by probes and released after realizing that there are no charges coming from Mars to your planet. Mythy, in August this year, LIGO, Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory in U.S., researchers thought they spotted their first black hole neutron star merger named as Event S190814BV. My question, What happened there? Were there any civilizations in the vicinity of a collision? How did the collision affect their lives and what happened to them? Thank you. See, these cases observed by you have already happened for thousands of years in the vast majority, but when there happen to be civilizations involved, the responsible regional CG or sometimes even several of them promote the removal of these civilizations to other planets. You see, these events happen over a long period of time and the arrangements are planned long before there is any real danger to any of the colonies in the region. Dear Mithy, you once said that this Van Allen belt will dissipate when the planet is at the right point. Can you please tell us what percentage of it has dissipated since then and its effect on our body and soul? The energy rings have not yet changed. Only after the planet's integration into the galactic community will these rings be neutralized. This happens in all zero-level colonies, not just on your planet. The energy rings are installed to protect the colony in both directions, that is, nothing enters and nothing comes out if you are not prepared for it. They will not dissipate, they will be turned off. No living being will be affected by this process, least of all quantum souls. As we all know, all the particles of the atom stops at absolute zero, 273 degrees Celsius. Mithy, are there any particles in the universe that can defy that, particles still active even at absolute zero? You see, minus 273 degrees Celsius is the temperature where the energy that operates the quantum mechanics of the particles enters a state of paralysis of movements. But it keeps the potential differences active and that movement potential remains inert, only waiting for the quantum release with the temperature increase. Roughly speaking, it is as if you freeze a frog and after thawing it returns to activity. Life never stopped, it was just paralyzed. There are particles that generate their own energy that need approximately minus 300 degrees Celsius to maintain a state of complete quantum paralysis. Mithy, can you tell us what is going on with the pulsating lights of Venus? Is it part of the terraforming or is there something else happening to cause Venus to behave this way? Thank you. This phenomenon is easy for you to understand, as you have never seen a planet being terraformed before. When you try to stabilize a large part of the planet's surface, which has a strong volcanic activity, this generates layers of toxic gases of tens of kilometers in thickness in the new atmosphere. And these gases after the stabilization of the process are systematically ignited by energy rays from the ships who participate in this process, generating these powerful flashes of light. Mithy, companies are developing and launching tech such as Starlink and Google balloons into orbit. Are these satellites dangerous, and if so, could the galactic community simply remove them from the skies? Yes. After the planet becomes part of the CG, all objects in orbit that have no practical use can be removed, even to improve traffic at the entrances and exits of the planet, which in the case of this planet is becoming increasingly problematic. Dear Mithy, so as it all look, galactic community decided to leave us in the hands of the worst satanic criminal consortium we can imagine, so that our experiences will be well spiced with traumatic events. Do you think this is, by your personal standards, the right way to treat all the Earthlings just because it's a policy of galactic community promoted by less emotional races? Don't interpret it that way. As you can read in the previous answers, your society is reacting and taking the expected course for the passage of this colony. CG members are not cold with feelings, they just cannot suck oranges for you because that would not quench your thirst. You are demonstrating the expected ability to get rid of the fetters that, through your own negligence, they let you put it on your legs. And it seems that now you are starting to do a good job in that regard. We are all rooting for you, hoping that you finally suck your own oranges. We are here hoping for everything to work out. I'm proud to participate in this special year. Be well, my friends.